Hello, this is Zachary Weiss, and this is your Few Good Minutes with Zach segment. First of all, I hope that everybody had a happy and healthy Thanksgiving as we prepare for the upcoming week ahead in the sporting world. Just going back briefly, first of all, I'd like to touch on the Pitt football team. A great win and a very good one for a lot of their seniors. A lot of them have battled, most specifically their tailback, Ray Graham, comes off an injury, and he has a very great game against the defensive player of the year and his brother there against Rutgers. And Tino Sinceri overcome a lot. We all know what Todd Graham has done to him, and now he was in the doghouse. Now his performance, that was his one good performance last season, was, quote, a good performance, an okay performance. But here they, as well as a lot of others, are playing their last game at Heinz Field, and they're one game away from probably going back to the BBVA Compass Bowl. But what more can you do other than that? Basketball-wise, the Pitt Panthers men's basketball team saw a third-place finish there in Madison Square Garden at the NIT beginning tournament, not the NIT, obviously the season's not over, but Lamar Patterson was a story this weekend, and I called on this guy earlier on the website to step it up, and I know how well that this guy can play, and he finally showed something. He finally showed some aggression, some willingness to score, and complement that, and you got a few guys that can go into double digits any single game, which is someone like a Trey Woodall, someone like a Talib Zana, who had another great performance against Delaware. That Pitt performance against Delaware was a great performance to see, a great team performance, and something that really shows off that depth that a lot of the media likes to ask and touch on. Another thing I'd like to touch on is Mr. Jack Taylor, and his 138 points. Really, the one thing they teach you in sports is that there's no I in team yet. Here's a guy that has 138 points and 179 to 104 romping, setting the new points record overall, and it's absolutely an atrocity. I mean, yes, you play to win the game, as Herm Edwards would like to put it, but it's a team effort, and the other team scored 104 points. You outscored their entire team. Congratulations to you, but I'm sure you're a great guy, and the coach drew up some great plays for you, and this is a team that scores a lot, and it's a very fast-paced team, but at the same token, pass the ball, let a lot of other people feel the glory. I know that, quote-unquote, everybody was okay with it in the locker room at the halftime, but when you're putting up 51 or 77, however many three-point shots he put up, absolutely ridiculous, putting up 3 shots per minute. I mean, as a journalist, my math is questionable, but I think what's even more questionable is the fact that you already had the record beat when you got to 118, 119. Why do you keep going? The outcome of the game is already decided. Take them out. Come on now. This record's going to be untouchable for at least a few years now. This isn't like a 56-game hitting streak or something like that where the record won't be broken. It'll be broken because of arrogance, and that's what the state of sports is in a lot of circles. Is very arrogant, but it just disgusts me when something like this happens. Congratulations on your accomplishment, but I wouldn't want to play with you. I mean, I wouldn't get a touch of the ball. I mean, it's the whole teammate perspective. You have to be a team player on and off the floor. A little bit disappointed the Pirates haven't signed anybody significant yet. They've had time to release their promotional schedule. The Steelers looked like an Etch-a-Sketch board on the football field. Well, I'm sure the guys have already talked about that, so enough said about that. Hoping for a Penguin season? Yes, no, maybe so. It's looking less and less likely now that the games are canceled through the All-Star break. I don't see a season happening at this point. It's a shame. It's millionaires versus billionaires, and unfortunately the real losers are the fans, and the fans need to do something about it, and unfortunately they're too naive to do so. Sorry, that's how I feel. But essentially, that's a few good minutes here with Zach. Back to the 2 mats, and guys, take it away.